Zırıl zırıl ağlıyordu zaten, Yusuf aldı götürdü işte. Konu komşu kapımızda bitecekti valla.
Kızım biraz önce şirketten fotoğrafını yolladılar telefonuma. Gayet iyi, memnun hayatından o.
Aman aman iyi. İnşallah Nur Sema da öyle mutlu olur. Yazık kızcağız.
Yani mutlu olmazsa zaten arkasında dağ gibi ailesi var. Hep de olacak.
Yani öyle tabii.
Major transformation, and this time one of its most familiar characters is at the center of the storm. After several seasons of dramatic storylines, unexpected departures, new relationships, and constantly changing family dynamics, the series is heading into its 5th season with a significant casting change. Selin Türkmen, who has played the beloved character Kimin, is leaving the production, while the character herself is expected to remain part of the story with a new actress. The development has already generated intense curiosity among viewers. For fans who have followed Kimin's journey from the earliest episodes, the idea of seeing another actress in the role is naturally a major change. Kimin is not simply a supporting character. She has been closely connected to Kıvılcım, Doğa, and the wider Arslan family storyline, and her experiences have repeatedly contributed to some of the show's most controversial and emotional moments. Reports published in May 2026 confirmed that Selin Türkmen would leave the series at the end of the 4th season, and that the production team was looking for another actress to take over the role in season 5. The casting change therefore does not mean that Kimin's story is ending. Instead, the character is being recast. That distinction could become one of the most important developments of the new season. Selin Türkmen's departure marks the end of an era. Selin Türkmen became strongly associated with Kimin after joining Kızılcık Şerbeti. The character was introduced as the younger daughter of Kıvılcım and sister of Doğa, and viewers watched her grow through a series of increasingly complicated situations. The official show TV material previously described Kimin as Kıvılcım's younger daughter and highlighted her return to Turkey after studying abroad. In October 2025, the channel announced Türkmen's return to the cast after Kimin had been away for education. That return demonstrated how important the character remained to the larger family narrative. Kimin's story was never static. She experienced romantic complications, family conflicts, and major personal changes. Her relationship with Emir became particularly important during the 4th season. In January 2026, Show TV reported that Simin and Emir had secretly married without their family's knowledge, creating another major turning point in the story. The fact that the production has chosen to keep Kimin despite Türkmen's departure suggests that the writers still see significant potential in the character. The new Kimin is one of Season 5's biggest questions. The most intriguing question surrounding the casting change is simple. Who will be the new Kimin? Reports confirming Türkmen's departure said that the production had begun searching for another actress. The intention was reportedly to continue the character rather than remove Kimin from the story altogether. At this stage, however, the specific replacement name should be treated carefully, unless officially announced by the production or reliably reported by a recognized entertainment journalist. This is particularly important because casting rumors surrounding popular Turkish television series can spread rapidly on social media. A fan account can turn speculation into a confirmed casting story within minutes. A rumored actress can suddenly become the supposed new Kimin even before a contract has been finalized. Therefore, viewers should distinguish between 3 different stages: a casting rumor, a reported negotiation, an officially confirmed casting decision. The available reporting firmly establishes the first major development. Selin Türkmen is leaving, and the character of Kimin is expected to continue with another actress. Why Kimin is too important to remove? One of the biggest reasons this recasting has attracted attention is the importance of Kimin within the Arslan family. From the beginning, Kızılcık Şerbeti has built much of its emotional power around the relationship between parents and children. Kıvılcım's relationship with her daughters has always been one of the central emotional foundations of the series. Doğa's marriage to Fatih brought the two families together. Kimen's choices created a different but equally important set of conflicts. Her decisions often challenged Kıvılcım's expectations, while her experiences reflected the larger themes of the series: family pressure, personal freedom, relationships, social expectations, and generational differences. That is why simply writing Kimen out of the show could have created a significant gap. Instead, the production appears to have chosen a different solution. The character survives. The actress changes, and that means Season 5 can continue exploring Kimen without completely abandoning the story that viewers already know. From Selin Turkmen to a new face. Replacing an actor who has become closely associated with a character is never an easy decision. Audiences naturally develop a connection between a fictional character and the actor who portrays that character. For many viewers, Kimen is Selin Turkmen. Her expressions, voice, mannerisms, and emotional performance became part of the character's identity. A new actress will therefore face an unusual challenge. She will not be introducing Kimen to the audience from the beginning. She will be stepping into a role that already has years of history. That creates both a risk and an opportunity. The risk is that some viewers may immediately compare the new actress with Turkmen. The opportunity is that the character can receive a fresh interpretation. A new performer may bring different emotional nuances to Kimen. She could make the character more mature, more rebellious, more independent, or even more vulnerable. The writers could also use the casting change as an opportunity to present a new phase of Kimen's life. Kimen has already gone through major transformations. The character has undergone considerable development since the early episodes. The official series description originally presented Kimen as a young student, while Doğa was the older daughter studying dentistry. The contrast between the two sisters helped establish the family structure around Kıvılcım, but Kimen eventually moved far beyond that early characterization. Her storyline became increasingly controversial. Her decisions regarding relationships and marriage pushed her into situations that challenged her family. One of the most memorable examples came when Kimen entered an imam marriage with Gökhan and adopted a more conservative appearance, a development that produced a major confrontation with Kıvılcım. The storyline was powerful because it went directly to the heart of the show's central conflict. Kıvılcım represents a particular understanding of modern life, while other members of the extended family represent different social and religious values. Kimen became one of the characters caught between these worlds. That made her story particularly valuable to the writers. The Kimen and Emir story. By the fourth season, Kimen's relationship with Emir had become another major component of her storyline. Emir was introduced as a character whose path crossed with Kimen's through their social circle. Show TV announced Yalçın Hafizoglu's arrival in November 2025 and revealed that his character Emir would meet Simen and begin a romantic relationship with her. Their relationship developed quickly. Eventually, the pair secretly married. Show TV reported in January 2026 that Kimen and Emir had married without their families knowing. This storyline created another layer of tension. Kimen was no longer simply the younger daughter trying to find her identity. She was becoming an adult making major decisions about love, marriage, and her future. That development makes the recasting particularly interesting. The new actress will inherit a character who already has a complicated emotional history. What does the recasting mean for Emir? Perhaps the biggest immediate question is what happens to Kimen and Emir's relationship. If Kimen remains in the story, Emir can potentially continue as her partner. But recasting can change the chemistry between two characters. The audience has become accustomed to seeing a particular dynamic between Selin Türkmen and Yalçın Hafizoglu. A new actress could create a completely different screen relationship. The writers may choose to emphasize their marriage. Alternatively, they could use the transition to introduce new problems. Perhaps the marriage will face pressure from their families. Perhaps Kimin will begin questioning her decision. Perhaps Amir will struggle to adapt to the changes in Kimin. Or perhaps their relationship will become one of the more stable elements in Season 5. At this point, the exact direction remains unknown. That uncertainty is likely to become part of the promotional appeal of the new season. The timing could not be more dramatic. The casting change comes at a particularly important moment for Kızılcık Şerbeti. The fourth season reportedly ended with a significant reshaping of the cast. Multiple departures were expected around the season finale, with reports describing a broader leaf fall within the series. This means the new Kimin will not be the only change viewers encounter. The fifth season is likely to feel different from the previous one. New characters can enter. Existing relationships can evolve. Some families can lose members while others gain new ones. Against that backdrop, keeping Kimin may provide an important connection between the old and new versions of the series. Selin Türkmen's career beyond the series. Türkmen's departure comes at an interesting point in her personal career as well. In April 2026, reports revealed that she had completed her law education and received her attorney's license from the Istanbul Bar Association. That development showed that her professional interests extend beyond acting. Türkmen has therefore been balancing two different career paths, entertainment and law. Her departure from Kızılcık Şerbeti may give her greater freedom to explore new opportunities. It also means that her time as Kimin will remain an important chapter in her acting career. For viewers, however, the emotional association will remain. Whenever Kimin is mentioned, many longtime fans will naturally remember Türkmen's performance. Why the new actress will have a difficult job? Taking over a famous television role is challenging under any circumstances. Taking over a role in a high-rating series with a passionate fan base is even harder. The new actress will likely face comparisons from the very first episode. Some viewers may immediately embrace her. Others may reject the change. Some may need several episodes before accepting the new interpretation. This is normal in television recasting. The success of the change will depend heavily on the writing. If the story provides a convincing explanation for Kimin's new appearance, viewers may gradually accept the transformation. If the writers simply replace the actress without acknowledging the change, the transition could feel artificial. The production, therefore, has a major creative challenge ahead. Could the recasting change Simmon completely? Absolutely. One of the advantages of recasting is the possibility of refreshing a character. Kimin can enter Season 5 with a slightly different energy. She could be written as older and more independent. Her experiences could make her more confident. She might become more assertive in family discussions. She could also become more distant from Kıvılcım. Such changes would make sense dramatically because Kimin has already experienced several major life events. The new actress could therefore portray a character who has matured significantly. Instead of trying to imitate Selin Türkmen exactly, the new performer may be encouraged to establish her own version of Kimin that could ultimately make the recasting more successful. The bigger picture, Kızılcık Şerbeti is entering a new phase. The Kimin change should not be viewed in isolation. Kızılcık Şerbeti has always been a series willing to reshape its cast. Characters leave. New characters arrive, relationships collapse, new romances begin, families change. The production has repeatedly used these changes to maintain dramatic momentum. For example, new actors have regularly been introduced throughout the series. In 2023, Yiğit Dikmen joined as Sırdar, a character whose story intersected with Kimin. Later, other performers joined the series as the story expanded. In February 2026, Gökberk Yildirim was brought into the cast as Yagits, becoming connected to Feyza Çivilek's Nilay. The same year also saw other new additions, demonstrating that the production is comfortable using casting changes to create new storylines. The new Kimin therefore fits into a broader pattern. Fans are asking one main question. The reaction among viewers can be summarized in one question. Will the new Kimin feel like Kimin? That question may be more important than the identity of the actress herself. Fans want continuity. They want the character they have followed for years. At the same time, television dramas need change to remain fresh. This creates a delicate balance. The production must respect what viewers already love about Kimin, while allowing the new actress enough creative freedom to make the role her own. If they succeed, the change could become one of the most talked about casting decisions of the 5th season. If they fail, the recasting could become a source of criticism. What viewers can expect from Season 5? Although the exact details of Kimin's 5th season storyline remain undisclosed, several possibilities naturally emerge from the character's history. First, her marriage to Emir could continue to generate family tension. Second, Kimin may face new challenges as she attempts to establish an independent adult life. Third, her relationship with Kıvılcım could enter another complicated phase. Fourth, the character could become involved in new family conflicts created by the arrival of new characters. And fifth, the new actress could bring a fresh interpretation that changes how viewers understand Kimin. These are possibilities rather than confirmed plot details. The production has not publicly revealed a complete 5th season storyline. That means fans should be cautious about social media spoilers and unofficial claims. A new beginning rather than an ending. The most important point is that Kimin is not necessarily disappearing. The reports surrounding Selin Türkmen's departure make a clear distinction. The actress is leaving, but the character is expected to continue. That makes the development less of an ending and more of a new beginning. For Selin Türkmen, the conclusion of her Kızılcık Şerbeti journey opens a new professional chapter. For the character of Kimin, it means another chapter begins with a different face. And for the audience, it creates one of the most intriguing questions of the upcoming season. Can a new actress make viewers forget the comparison long enough to discover a new version of Kimin? Only time will tell. The emotional weight of a recast television characters often become larger than the actors who portray them. Years of storytelling can create an emotional relationship between viewers and fictional personalities. Kimin is a good example. She has experienced love, conflict, family pressure, disappointment, and personal transformation. Viewers have watched her grow. That is why replacing the performer can feel almost like changing the identity of the character. But television history also shows that recasting can work. When the writing is strong and the new performer brings genuine talent, audiences can eventually accept the change. The key is not necessarily to reproduce the old performance. The key is to preserve the emotional truth of the character. Why the production chose to keep Kimin. The decision to keep Kimin is arguably one of the most revealing parts of the story. If the writers believed her storyline had reached its natural conclusion, the easiest choice would have been to remove the character. Instead, they reportedly decided to continue. That suggests that Kimin still has unfinished business. Her family connections remain useful. Her relationship with Emir remains potentially dramatic. Her position between different generations remains relevant. And her personal evolution can still provide stories for the 5th season. In other words, Kimin still has narrative value. The new actress will inherit a complicated legacy. Whoever takes over the role will inherit everything that came before. She will inherit Kimin's relationship with Kıvılcım. She will inherit the history with Doğa. She will inherit the memories surrounding Emir. She will inherit the controversies surrounding the character's choices. And she will inherit the expectations of millions of viewers. That is an enormous responsibility, but it is also an enormous opportunity. A well-executed performance could introduce a completely new generation of viewers to the character while maintaining the interest of long-time fans. What happens to the Arslan family? The Arslan family remains one of the central pillars of Kızılcık Şerbeti. Kıvılcım's relationship with her daughters has repeatedly been tested by circumstances. Doğa has followed her own path. Kimin has repeatedly challenged her mother's expectations. The family has therefore never been completely stable. The 5th season could push these relationships even further. A new Kimin could make the family dynamic feel different. Perhaps Kıvılcım will initially struggle to accept the new version of her daughter. Perhaps the storyline will deliberately acknowledge that Kimin has changed, or perhaps the show will simply move forward without drawing attention to the recasting. The production has many possibilities. Social media will play a major role. In today's television environment, casting changes rarely remain private. Fans immediately discuss them on social media. Photos, behind-the-scenes videos, casting rumors, and alleged scripts can circulate rapidly. For a popular series such as Kızılcık Şerbeti, the reaction can become part of the story itself. The identity of the new Kimin will likely become a major social media topic once officially revealed. Fans will compare photographs, they will examine performances, they will discuss chemistry with other actors. They will debate whether the new actress resembles the previous version of the character, and they will inevitably ask whether the change improves the series. The importance of official confirmation. Because entertainment rumors spread so quickly, viewers should rely primarily on official announcements and reputable entertainment journalism. The confirmed information available at this stage is that Selin Türkmen is leaving, and that Kimin is expected to continue with another actress. The specific replacement name should not be presented as fact until it is reliably confirmed. This is especially important when producing news content, because an incorrect casting name can quickly turn a legitimate report into misinformation. The story is already interesting enough without exaggerating it. Final thoughts: Kızılcık Şerbeti is preparing for a 5th season filled with changes, and the recasting of Kimin is one of the most significant. Selin Türkmen's departure closes an important chapter. She made Kimin one of the recognizable young characters in the series and helped carry the character through several major transformations. Now, however, another actress is expected to take over. The character will continue, the story will continue, but the audience will see Kimin through a new performer. That makes the upcoming season particularly intriguing. For some fans, the change may initially be difficult. For others, it may represent an exciting opportunity for the character to evolve. The real test will come when the new Kimin appears on screen. Will audiences immediately accept her? Will the chemistry with Emir work? Will her relationship with Kıvılcım feel natural? Will the writers give her a powerful new storyline? And most importantly, can the new actress make Kimin feel like the same character while still bringing something completely new? Those questions will likely dominate discussions surrounding Season 5. One thing is already clear: Kimin's story is not over. Selin Türkmen may be leaving the role, but the character remains part of the Kızılcık Şerbeti universe, and that means the 5th season has another surprise waiting for viewers. The new face of Kimin could become one of the defining casting decisions of the upcoming season. For now, fans will have to wait for the official announcement of the actress who will inherit the role.